starting up. And we are live here with the GTI series, a 7 to 8 car field getting set up. We'll see. We are ready though now for qualifying, so the lights are going yellow. So when the car it goes, just go at a moderate pace. Aqua, you get going. You're about to start. So we are pacing now, and we got our 8 car set up. I just come to watch. Okay, just came to watch. Aqua may not start this qualifying if he doesn't come. Setting a laps, he will not get a DNS point. That's okay. It's just situational. Yeah, don't break going downhill, just coast. We are going to go green once we hit the hairpin, so just get up this hill, to try not to let up too much, because it will kill you on that uphill. Okay, watch the lights. Green flag, green flag. Mr. Monaco leading us off. Gonna check the board and make sure it works. And the board does work. 5 minutes now started. So Mr. Monaco will lead us off, although I think the Garrus is going to be the last one to cross, so we're going to clear the board. Aqua's yet to left the pit lane. Air is going to hit the wall. Now she's shown up without practice. There's a lot to adapt to a car this different from the MITS cars. And so far, the only car en route to set a lap is twin turbo V6. Purple sector 1. As he's going to tap the high line on the wall. Got a green sector 2. The T7 Jake also with the green sectors. Mono's also in the field. So we might be seeing them setting laps. There's no with the invalid sector 1, so she's been struggling here a lot with her car. Again, no practice at all. Showed up last minute. Does not help, especially having to adapt from a car that different. Mr. Monaco crossing the line for the first time, not a valid lap. A 111 point. Well, we got twin now. 111.908 set in that Ferrari. Jake is going to run a little bit wide. Manos and T7 Jake both having set laps. Manos ahead of T7 Jake. So as for East 951, a warning that cutting like that is not going to be allowed, especially that will just be an instant mark. So just be aware. We'll talk about that when it comes around. Anyway, so Mr. Monaco being passed by Gohan in the Retzi machine. The purple Retzi, the lean Retzi, I guess is what we might call it. Being operated by, it would be Shy, but though has been taken over by Gohan. As he's taken the pack lead. Now you guys, I'm pretty sure are pretty familiar with pack lead rules, so I'm not going to explain that one as we go. Crossing the start-finish line. Not a valid lap for Mr. Monaco, neither for Gohan. So, again, as important as it is to get a pole position, just getting a lap in is equally as important. Staying on track is the key to this. As East 951 errors Gohan and Mr. Monaco to get to a set of valid lap. In fact, Mr. Monaco validating himself. Gohan so far good, although that might be it there, cutting through the S's. So, again, as I must remind you guys, it's just as important to get a lap in as it is to get pole position. So, We only got 2 minutes left on the clock. That's about enough space for one more lap, maybe 2. So, we'll see. Side by side, Gohan's got a valid sector 2. Now making their way through the final turn. Gohan takes pole position away at 110.918, set by the Porsche. Usually one of the cars that does a little bit worse, but we do have enough space, I think, for 2 more laps. It's going to be close, though. Really depends on how Mr. Monaco and Gohan push. Still have 3 cars yet to set a valid lap time, although Mr. Monaco with the green sector 1, Gohan with the purple sector 1. As they make their way down the hill. Easton Airs yet to set a valid lap. Neither is Mr. Monaco, but Mr. Monaco might change things around. We make our way up the hill. Second sector, Gohan with the invalid lap. Mr. Monaco also setting an invalid lap, so they're only going to have one more shot to change things around, most likely, if they get one. We are running now with 30 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be close, but we'll see. And now making our way across the start-finish line. 1 lap to go, white flag in the air. No speed, says Eastline 51, setting a 111.744. I'll beat invalid. I think Mr. Monaco, or I think Gohan might have invalidated himself. Again, only one last shot for Mr. Monaco to get a valid lap in. And he's not going to make it, so Mr. Monaco does not have a valid lap. That means at least one spot. If Airs and East can pull themselves together, we'll be able to move up a spot. Twin Turbo V6 looking pretty fast in the first sector. The only car that is a threat to Gohan. Gohan not really setting one other than a buy run just to get into the finish. Twin Turbo V6 really pushing as hard as he can. He's got a purple sector 2. He might have screwed himself there on the final couple turns. But here we are, making our way across the front stretch for Gohan. As the checker flag will be waving. So Gohan crossing. Twin takes pole away at the last moment. 110.041 with the Ferrari. Crossing next. Mono's taking 3rd place. And Arisneta is saying a valid lap. Arisneta puts herself into 5th place as Mr. Monaco and Eastline 51 are going to be rounded out to see who starts in the back. So if we could figure ourselves line up in the pit lane, the positions will be the 32 Ferrari in the front of it. 2nd place is going to be Gohan. 3rd place is going to be Atmanos. 4th place will be T7 Jake if they are racing. 4th place is a pretty solid place to start off from. Mr. Monaco is going to reconnect. Then there is Arisneta, and we're going to figure out between Mr. Monaco and Eastline 51. So, if you guys can head to the pit lane, please line up in order. You can press C to figure out your times. Let me see if there's anyone I need to teleport. I apologize for my voice dying. I might be coming down with a cold or something. I'm really not sure. I think I'm okay. Could also just be the commentaries killed my voice, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, I got Mr. Monaco teleported back. So again, if we get the 32 Ferrari up there to the front, T7 Jake has left the game. And the PC, so they've either disconnected or they've rage quitted. With a 4th place starting position, mind you. Arisneto, leave the spot for Jake for now. We're going to figure out who starts between Mr. Monaco and East 951. And it just proves to show that, you know, it's just as important to finish a lap than to be the pole. So, East 951. Mr. Monaco, the RA Club. Rolling in between the two, Mr. Monaco will start ahead, and the Corvette will be in the back of the field, although Aqua, when they do join, will be starting up behind them. So, Arisnetta, if you could move up to here, just leave 1 car length. We need East 951 in his Corvette. You cannot switch your car once you've set laps in the car for qualifying. That's a car you're going to be racing in. So, East 951. East, you're racing that car, okay? The Corvette. You're not switching, you're already qualified. So, it's a car you're stuck with. I'm going to start clearing out other racers, or other cars. As well as pit boxes. Shuffle's not here. I do not believe R15 is here either. That is our pits. If you guys could please line up. Again, Mr. Monaco will be starting ahead. But I'm going to have to move their car for them. East, it's race time. There's no time to switch cars. Rules, you cannot switch cars. That's the car you're stuck in. Okay? It's not test cars. It's you're already here racing. And you're not going to get, you know, I'm not going to ride your dick. So, yes, you can merge from the back of the field. I'm waiting for Mr. Monaco to join. If you guys can press X, it would be appreciated. I'm going to get the rules. So. And he says I'm on my period. Who rejoined? Okay. So Jake's thrown his own order, so. If you guys could get into your cars and press sets, would be appreciated. So we got the 2 GGS cars. We got a Shives Retsu parody, and we got the 45 DGS car. Press X to refuel. I'll explain how the pit stops are going to work. Didn't realize Aqua wasn't here, so I'm going to explain how things are going to work. So the pit limiter, there is no actual pit limiter, but you will be in first gear red line in order to be doing a pit limiter. Otherwise, the penalty will be a drive-through penalty for your first one. If you mess up the drive-through penalty, you will just simply be parked. But again, the speed limiter is first gear. You're going to be doing that before the white line, so there's one of these at the start of the pit lane. And there's going to be one after that. So you're going to be in first gear till the exit, which is this thing right here. Once you reach here, you can start shifting. So. I don't know what East is doing. He rage quit. So. He's really showing why he's not in DGS or any team for that matter. Nice to see. So we've got that removed. We also got the Asterion Lexus out of the way. And we're going to go without a pace car, but we have still 6 cars to make up the field. Good to see. We're waiting on Eris to hop into your car, and then we're going to get this one going. Again, guys, press X to refuel your cars. The more you rev, the harder it is going to be for you guys to get going, or the less fuel you have. Again, how pit's going to work, you're going to go to your bots. There's a stick, a lollipop, I guess is what we're going to call this, themed of your car. That's going to be your pit bots. You just have to stop within the bots. You don't need to stop within, like, the yellow thing. You just need to be within the bots. So, pretty good, all 4 wheels. Cut limit will be 40 cuts today. And last thing I want to say is that, again, as we have done for the last 2 races, cuts are going to be relatively strictly enforced. The track limits are the asphalt itself. Of course, you know, you might not be able to go there all the time. Your pit bots is going to be literally LG, so you're going to know where your pits are. You're pretty up there near the beginning of it, so you're going to have an okay time, don't worry. Hachi, Gohan, yours is the Hoosier one at the end of the pit lane. And the white DGS one, or I think it's a 45, is for Atmanos. Everyone else, I think, knows what theirs is. So, again, just make sure that you're in the right spot. Quarter cut limit's 40. Just don't extend on the straights. If you're trying to enter, please stay on the asphalt. If you are on the grass, that'll be treated as intentional. You'll be given a warning for the first time. Second time will be, well, for this class, I'll make things a little bit different. Second time, we're going to get a drive-through. For the first time, second infraction will be a 5-second penalty. So, by the way, for a drive-through, you guys cannot do a pit stop. You just have to drive through. The only time you can do a pit stop is if you're just getting fuel, or if you do a pit stop, that's not going to be considered a drive-through. You're still going to have to do a drive-through. So, just be aware of that. That being said, I think you guys are all ready, so this is the last chance for anyone to hop out. If you're not ready, hop out. Otherwise, press sets. Just make sure your car's refueled. By the way, make sure you get fuel after you jump in. If you press sets before you jump out, you won't be able to refuel. You will be able to refuel if you hop back in, but you can only get fuel once you hop back in. It may not jump up for a few seconds, but it will go up automatically after a couple seconds, no matter what happens. So just press X. You will get fuel eventually. So don't worry about getting a bad pit stop. So that being said, I think we're all ready. So the yellow flag is out. Go in the car ahead of you goes. The yellow flag is out. Just stay on the bumper of the car ahead of you. We are down to 6 cars, but that's okay. A lot of good drivers still, so we can make for a pretty good race, I think, at least. I'm gonna reset myself. Mr. Monaco's having lag issues. Just pass Mr. Monaco for now. Just pass Mr. Monaco for now. If he lags out, that's on him. We're gonna hold off. Just try to move up to the field, Aqua. It doesn't matter what happens. He's having lag. We're gonna give him till lap 0 to figure himself out. So, Mr. Monaco having a lot of lag issues. We might be down to 5 cars, but we'll see. Mr. Monaco might be disconnecting. He's going very slowly, so he's not quite in position to do much. If he disconnects, we're going to give him till lap 2 to get back on. If he isn't back by lap 2, we will delete his car. He will be parked. So he has disconnected. So we're going to keep on going. And pits are open once you guys are here. So if you have to do a pit for fuel, next lap might be the opportunity to do it. Mr. Monaco is not rejoined, so. We'll give him till lap 2 to get back on. If he's not on by then. His car is actually conveniently pulled in, but pull his car out. So, we got his car in waiting. He's disconnected. So, we are still just holding off under caution. The pits are open if anyone wants to try some weird strategies. He has rejoined, so we're going to teleport him. You can merge from here to the back of the field. I'm just going to let you merge to the back of the field, just in case you happen to lag spike, so. He still is yet to have driven anything. He's not moving, so could be stuck. Now we have a saying about situations like these where we have smaller fields. It doesn't take a big field to make a big race. Again, everyone here is pretty competitive among each other, so we could be up for a good race. Just accelerate up here, by the way. If you guys can accelerate up the hill next time, when you guys move up to the leaders. Mr. Monaco still is yet to have moved, so he has 2 laps to get that. If he gets past 2 more times, that will be it for him. I don't want to see that situation, but it would be just way too far back. We also got to fit Aqua's laps. So. Again, at this point, any cuts you get will be scored. So I'm not going to undo any cuts you get. Because this is technically supposed to be when the race gets going. Nicholas is disconnected. I think Mr. Monaco's rejoined VC, so that could be a sign their internet is popping back. So please try to get going here if you can. He has one more opportunity to merge to the field. So a long drawn out race. I also recommend against tire warming because that's just going to wear your tires down. Gohan, if you could back off a little bit from Twin, but however you guys are going to want to accelerate up this hill. Please accelerate up the hill just so we can go. Alright. Still under caution. Just wanted to get up that hill so I don't get stuck on it. Mr. Monaco's still not moving, so again, I don't want to have to park you, but you would have crossed 4 laps if this does come to it, so. Okay, Mr. Monaco's here. Wait for them to pass you, okay? Wait for them to pass you. Wait for them to pass you because they are actually closing in. We will allow you to start from the back of the field. You will stay on the lead lap, so. But you will, however, start from the back, so. Yeah. They're closing in here, so just wait on them. We could be going green this lap, guys. Closing in now. Just wait for them all to pass you, and you can merge into the back of the field, Monaco. Alright. He's having a lot of lag still despite this, so a little bit out of it. We are going to try to go green this lap. I don't know if he's on the same lap as you guys. No, so. He's going to be technically in lap 2, but it'll make sense in a second. Alright, so Twin making its way up the hill. We're going to accelerate, then we're going to go back to 60 once we're on top of it. Please don't be hitting your rev limiter for pacing, you're going to have a bad start. We'll pace. Don't pass car heavy until you cross the start finish line. Green flag. Allow to pass LG. That was a bad start by Aqua. We'll allow that one to slide. Arizona is going to go way off, overcooks it. Mr. Monaco now closing in. Green flag is out in the air. Again, 40 cuts is the limit. Once we pass that, that will be it. We're going to be clearing the board too while we're at it. That is the board from qualifying. Again, Twin keeping quick time. And I must remind you guys about the track limits, not to stand on entries. That will be treated the most seriously. So. Anyways, making our way up the hill. Gohan, they were battling in the mid-car race. Things could change around. Mr. Monaco, having already passed Ayers, he's made his way up 2 spots. Had a lot of issues at the start to get going, but things are looking better for him now. Aqua, in the meanwhile, something has just not been going right for them. I don't know what happened. They must have crashed off screen because he is completely... Oh, he's tapped the wall again. So something just going off for Aqua. This has not been a great race. The only way things could turn around is if there's a... Should be on the lead lap too, so... He's just completely out of it. So something going wrong with Aqua. Maybe his controller disconnected. We saw that issue with Manos. Meanwhile, off screen, I didn't see this even, but Twin has lost the lead and is now currently fighting off a very feisty Italian for the 2nd place spot. Will be 1/8 the way through the race once it crossed the line. You have Retzi now up in the front though, so Twin side by side with Mr. Monaco. So we still have our 6 starters, that's good to see. Again, not the biggest field, but you don't need a big field to make a big race, as we see our top 4 still close to each other. Actually, top 5. I think something's wrong with Aqua, so they should not be leading. They shouldn't be a lap down, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with them. Just been out of it. Manos also kind of struggling a little bit. Mr. Monaco's lag is starting to come in. He is going though still, so he's looking good for now. Mr. Monaco is starting to close in on Twin Triple V6, a bit of a run. Now, we do know that the Mercedes at this track has been particularly quick. Things might be changing around. Now, 1/8 the way through this feature. A lot of lag there coming out of Mr. Monaco. He's still going. Closing up to the rear bumper. Twin Turbo V6 right behind them. So that Mercedes really on the attack to the Ferrari. I must remind you guys of the 40 cut penalty. We're all looking good though so far. So I will give you guys that. Our top 3 all within about a second of each other. Close tail chase. Mr. Monaco having more lag though. That has been lost. They might start teleporting though, we'll see. But for the lead, Twin Turbo V6 on the attack on that Porsche 911. So Retzi currently having to battle off 32 down the straightaway. It's a good looking run though. The Porsche is trying to hold off what they can. Twin has put his car into a higher gear, it seems, so he's starting to go faster. He's collected a lot of speed. Down to the braking point. Within a car length of the leader, so here we go. We've been seeing them battling each other in the mid car class. They need to switch though. It was Twin being dominant most of the race, Gohan being the underdog, but this time around things have changed around. With Gohan taking a quick time. It's 110.830 though. Twin trying to collect where they can. Again, tire wear is a big factor in this race compared to the other classes. As here we are for the lead. Twin carrying more speed. He'll take the lead. Great move by Twin, but it's not going to be the S that he wanted. Still keeping off the lead as far as he can go. We're now into the braking point, so Twin is going to get a little bit of a flick. Gohan fighting the rear bumper. He's going to clip the wall, though. That's not going to help his exit. Didn't lose a whole lot of speed, but he's going to lose the lead for now. Twin's going to extend his gap. We'll see probably a couple tenths separating them by the end of it. That Mercedes still climbing up fast. And we've been seeing all these cars on the victory lane before in past races. We haven't seen a Gohan GTI win. Of course, this is his second feature. Mr. Monaco, I'm going to advise you to watch your cuts. You're okay for now, but you do have more cuts and laps. Keep it up that way. You might not be looking too good at the end. We'll see. Our field currently spreading out. Although things, of course, have changed. I think that might be Aqua's trying to become a... They're just making their way up the hill, so Aqua might fall a lap down. So something about this race versus Gopork is just not it for him. So something's definitely wrong with it. Must be maybe he's had the same issue Manos had last time. He goes wide. Okay, he's overcooking his brakes, so something is just off. Might be his timing on his braking, because he's missing a lot of points here. He's offline. Went off the line quite a bit, so I don't know what's going on with Aqua, but I don't think I've seen him drive like this in a while. Our leaders are now really starting to close in on Aqua. Mind you, you fall 5 laps down, that'll be your race. You could get laps back if there's any sort of caution. But that is going to be Aqua falling 1 lap down. First leader passing by. And something to cause Mr. Monaco to fall a lot back. They're lagging heavily. We might be seeing a caution here. That could be a breath of relief for Aqua. And not so much for Mr. Monaco. So he is moving incredibly slowly. So that being said, we'll probably be calling the caution. Yeah, so caution's out. We are doing a race back. The pits are still open. Mr. Monaco rejoining. Disconnecting in about the same area he did earlier. I'm gonna drop him by. There is an active race back going on. Twins made up quite a bit of a gap, but things are going to have to fall back here. Oh! Gohan's going to send it into the barrier. Gets a cut, I think, out of the deal. But here's Twin. As a caution is out, again, for Twin. So once you cross the line, you get the race back. Air's just going to get third, although Manos in the midst. So So we have a battle going on for position for the third place spot. That wasn't a good exit for Eris. Side by side here. But it looks like Eris carrying just ever so slightly more speed than the 45 over at Manos. As they make their way across the finish line, Eris will stay in third. What happened to Mr. Monaco? Oh, your car? Did it delete yourself? It did delete itself. Alright, I'll make it a model. One second. You can merge from the back of the field. You will be ahead of one car. So. Well, I'm having a crazy heat wave and we're chilling. Alright, just make your way out there, Mr. Monaco. Again, the order is Twin, Gohan, Eris, and Atmanos, 5th place. Well, we need Aqua to unlap himself, so Aqua, if you have not been doing so, so you are allowed to pass the leaders. Just mind you, cuts will still be counted under caution. We will go green once you're back to the lead lap, but you do have to make your way back over, so. I think Mr. Monaco might disconnect again. Yeah, it looks that way. And it is that way. So Mr. Monaco's internet is starting to really struggle. It's gonna be his, I'll count that as the first strike for him, so 2 more disconnects in the race and you will be parked, but yeah. There's Aqua passing Mr. Monaco. Or at least his car. Manos, not sure. Where's Manos? Where is he going? Made his way back to the field. He must have gone pit stop in. So we're gonna give Mr. Monaco to lap 15. It's gonna be a bit of a slow race, it seems. I'm just standing there waiting for him to rejoin. Aqua still just trying to get back. I've teleported Mr. Monaco. He has rejoined the VC, which is usually a pretty good sign. But he still is yet to have moved, so not quite alive. It's a good thing this is the last feature of the day. Otherwise it's gonna get pretty drawn out. How long is the stream going on for? 40 minutes, and we're only 12 laps into the feature. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bit of a while. And Mr. Monaco is starting to get back going. I don't know if he's there or not, but you can start driving if you want. So Mr. Monaco's still not moving. Hate to see it. Because he was looking really good throughout the day. Leaders are now passing him, as Aqua's made their way back up to the lead lap. See if Mr. Monaco is there or not, or if he's disconnected again, so. Yeah, we're still going to give him till lap 15, so that's going to give him 2 more laps. I don't want to park someone, but we do got to get this race going. Especially with the field this small, it's just... So. Don't even remember how many cuts he got, actually, now I think about it. I think I had like 10 before the caution went out. $11. Then I think his went out when he had 13 cuts, so he's got 13 cuts when he comes back. So he has been teleported back. Hopefully he can actually start driving now. He runs back to his car, just start driving. See where we can go. At least you're driving around, could get something figured out, so. Just drive, Mr. Monaco, please. Just drive. Just drive. Mr. Monaco, just drive. Try to get back up to the field. They're kind of at the halfway point. Okay, fine. Fine. Aqua, you were in the back of the field. You were getting your lap back, so stay behind the 45 Porsche. Okay. CC limit's 40. So we'll be going green the next lap, so we'll be going green on lap 15. If Mr. Monaco's internet doesn't crash again. It's going very slowly up the hill. Still lagging very heavily, so I don't think he's quite fits himself. Yeah, so we're most likely not going to start. We're going to give Monaco to lap 18 to fit himself. If he breaks again, if he crashes again after that, we're just going to call it. It's just... He's about to crash. Yeah, he just crashed, so... I'm just going to give you one more disconnection on this caution. If you disconnect again, we're just going to call it, because it's taking way too long. I think we've been under caution more than we've actually been racing. So... I'm trying to be lenient, but I can only be so much. Yeah, so... One of the races. So you have to lap 18 or if you disconnect again. And we're gonna try to go green on lap 18 no matter what happens, so yeah. He's rejoined the VC, that's a good thing to see. He has rejoined. I pray he can lock his car, but we'll see. So you're at a point where driving could be faster, and there is Aqua making a pit stop. You're going to go to the LG pits. You just have to be within those lines. And he's just going for a fuel pit stop, I think. Is he trying to hop out? I don't know what he's trying to do, but he gets going. Nope, that's a drive-through penalty for Aqua. Alright, once green flag drops, you will have to serve a drive-through. Speeding in the pit lane. Alright. You're just gonna have to go first gear red line next time you do a pit stop sometime throughout the race. You can still do a pit stop normally if you have to, but at some point by the end of the race you'll have to do a drive-through. This will have to be under green. Mr. Monaco is driving again, but I will say again, if you do disconnect, we're probably just going to call it. This is taking way longer than it needs to. It's kind of laggy, but maybe it might fix itself. Yeah, not before, after. So Monaco is currently teleporting. This Aqua's going AFK. Yeah, so that also verifies the drive-through penalty. So if you're gonna go AFK, please do it in the pit lane. But he already has one, so I'm not gonna add fuel to the fire. Mr. Monaco has disconnected, so I think we're just gonna call it for what it is. I will give you fly, but I think it's better just not to just call it. So, sorry about that, but this is just taking way too long. So, if you rejoin, I'll give you fly, but yeah. So Aqua's gonna fall down as many laps as the leaders drive by them. So this is an AFK period for them, so if they don't get back going by the time leaders are back, then they will be put one lap down on top of the drive-through, which is just, Jesus, that's gonna kill their race. But as they stand, so we are down basically to 4 competitive cars as we near the halfway point of the race. We're still not going green as there's a new person that is not going, which is Aqua, which has put himself AFK on the track. So I think this is the longest percentage of a race we've ever had under caution. So Aqua falls 1 lap down, and so they will start 1 lap down with the drive-through penalty, which is really gonna put the nail in the coffin for everything. So Aqua's gonna get till, I believe, lap 19, and we'll go green on lap 20. If they do not get going by lap 19, they will also be parked and we'll be down to 9 cars. I mean, down to 4 cars. That's an interesting way to run a race. We do know that the top 2 are very competitive. I would say that usually Ares knows the track by now. However, this has been such a long period of caution that I don't even know if I could call that. So Aqua is still AFK, so I pray this is the last caution this track sees for the entire weekend, but I know it's not. I pray this is the longest caution this track is gonna. This is literally the longest caution I think in SLC. So, Aqua has till lap 19, so when they get past one more time after this one, they're gonna be parked. So. That's an interesting way for a race to run. So there's one more chance here for Aqua. If they get past one more time, they will be parked. I really don't want to have to park people, but it's just the rules. So, just the nail in the coffin for them. They're probably going to be penalized for leaving the car out on track too. So, hate to see it. This next lap we should be going green, so don't worry. But unfortunately for Aqua, it looks like they're probably gonna have to deal with some pretty heavy penalty after this. So this race has been cut essentially in half. I don't like to do that, but we're in this situation anyways. And here it comes. So the leader's now about to pass Aqua to put them out of the race. And Aqua has been. Go, 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 drive, drive. Oh my fucking god. Just move your car into the pits and I won't park you, or I won't penalize you for the next one. But yeah. Just put your car into the pit if you're too many laps down. I'll give you fly. Just please move your car into the pits. We're gonna be going green this lap. You're essentially out of the race anyways, because you have a drive-through penalty on top of well, the fact you're so many laps down. So I'd probably just park it. I'll give you fly if you want, though. If you want to stick around. So. Very sorry. But we will be going green this lap. We're down to 4 cars. Manos needs to get up there. Well, when you're not on the gas, yeah, you get a lot of miles per gallon, but that's only temporary. Alright. So let's get ready here. Because, it is actually about to start for real. I don't think even we're going to need to do a pit stop due to how many laps we've ran under caution. It might not even be beneficial at this point. So we make our way over to the final turn. Hold your pace, keep on going up the hill. And then back down to 60 once you're on top. Alright, make yourselves ready. Green flag. Twin is going to back to the pit lane. We have a good start. Halfway through. And this time we have 3 cars now tackling it out for the lead. Eris Netta with an unexpected push, but she's going to lose a little bit there on the exit. This could be Eris' opportunity. Twin has a lot to make up. Twin is just finally starting to exit the pit lane. As here's Eris having a good run on Gohan. Side by side for the lead. My game just crashed. We're going to stay green though. It's a road course, not an oval. So, on an oval race, that would have been it. But we are good. Alright, anyways, onto the action. Eris has made up quite a bit of time over Gohan. Gohan, something has switched up. They went from dominating the field to suddenly having some issues. Maybe the pushing at the start might not have helped him. He might have been doing something during the caution that might have hurt his tires. That's a very big possibility, as there's 2 cars there's a 45 Porsche just behind him, technically a teammate, although not officially. The 45 DGS machine. But Eris could be off to actually win a race. So Eris has made up quite a bit of time. Twin is about 16 seconds back, but with fresh tires. We'll see what the lap times look like. Eris had a very good lap time last time. Of course, Twin is just running it through. Gohan has held off the second place spot for now. Manos could have an opportunity for a potential podium today. After yesterday's underwhelming finish in the Rods mods, things might be turning around. It all depends if Twin can catch up or not by the end of the race. We only have about... we only got about 18 laps to go. Twin's got 15 seconds to make up. He might be able to do it, though. He does have fresher tires than everyone else, so though we ran a lot of laps under caution. I'm not sure how significant that's going to be. Eris Netta running way off as I get another big lag spike. I might be crashing again. My internet's going out like crazy. So, we're hopping back in. My apologies. As Tima is cheering on for Gohan. Although, it's been a bit of a twist of events. I'm going to change the flags here to 40, because my system broke itself. Would you know the positions currently stand as Eris Netta, Gohan in second, third being up Manos, although the field very much so spreading out. I think Eris had been very much so attempting to save her tires throughout the caution period. But Twin is starting to close in a little bit. He's not too far behind. He's still not in any range of attacking anyone, but we've only gone 3 laps under green flag, and he's already made up quite a bit of ground. And Twin might be able to make up third in a couple of laps with how Manos is currently running. Yeah, the field currently just spread out. We're just running laps as it seems, though. I think the biggest story to talk might be Twin, as he's making his way into turn 2. Now going down the hill into the first kink. Make our way back up the hill. Now that turn was a trouble turn just a couple years ago. The first time we ran it, had a very big flip there. That was a big moment that I think is quite infamous. So Twin, he was leading a little bit of the race at the start, though Gohan took that spot back. The current dominant driver's Air is currently on the run of her of this year for her. She's had a lot of bad races this season, but this definitely is starting to make up for it. I don't know if she'll be too happy about winning a field like this, but she did manage to outrace a bunch of other people today. It's been a very long and drawn out race, although I do believe these last 20 laps will go by pretty quickly. Of course, we only got 15 to go. And I think Twin closing in ever so slightly more on that Porsche. Again, the caution has made a lot of people a little bit more relaxed about the track limits, it seems. So here we are into the S's. That Porsche being hunted down very aggressively. As, yeah, so the lead still staying between Airs and Gohan. Still same old. So here we are with Twin closing down. I think it's about 6 car lengths back there, but closing in like a missile. Make our way now out of the final turn. And Twin carrying a lot of speed over at Manos. Closing into the first corner we go. Has a huge target on his rear end. Here's Twin with a dive bomb down the inside. Is there anything that Manos can do? I don't know. He's going to try to fight back. A crossover position. Twin is going to take the line with more speed to carry. And for the time being, he is going ahead. He's got fresher tires, so it's going to put him in a much better spot than the 45. But the 45 actually carrying speed down the hill. I don't know if it's going to be enough to capture Twin. I think Twin has solidified his podium spot for now. It's going to take a crash or anything like that to change things. Manos just going to have to run with a good points race for today as it stands. Next developing thing, of course, Gohan and Neris. They've been kind of close to each other. Twin is taking that gap down to 6.5 seconds. Maybe the pit stop was the move. We look at the board. He has been setting incredibly quick lap times, 2 seconds a lap faster than Neris, basically. But how long is that advantage going to last? We got 13 laps to go. He's got to make up 6 seconds by the end of the race. That's not impossible, but it is going to be quite the task for the 32 machine. Eris and Gohan are going to have to push real hard to keep him off. Not a whole lot though other than that to report. Don't got a big field currently. Most of the cars are backed off. We're down to the last 4 survivors essentially. Let's see what that looks like this time by. And it maintains itself a little bit closer, but Air's really starting to push up as much as she can. Only about a 1/10 has been gained for Twin. But Gohan and Air is still pushing hard. But Twin is pushing even harder. Got I think the tire wear is starting to become a bit of a factor. We can see our leader's just ahead of him. I think he might be in the 5-second range now. You can see Gohan at the end of each shot, so Twin might be en route to dominate the race. That might have been the call. He's down to under 5 seconds. That last lap was 2 seconds quicker, but he's going to get a little bit of a flick loose off of turn number 1. Now just kind of trying to run it through, so next time by will be the 10 laps marker. As Eris and Gohan's getting a little bit closer to each other too. Look at the sectors here. Gohan was faster than Twin so far of the lap. So looks like they might be maintaining themselves this time around. Eris is going to clear out through the edge, gets a little bit loose, so her tire wear, you can start to see where it's coming in. Did a little bit of slide, a flick of oversteer, as we say, as they make their way across the front straight. Gohan within a second. How about Twin within 4 seconds? So he's been gaining 1 second a lap. Something about that last sector was just something else for Twin. We're down to 10 laps to go. And that was a very risky call to make that pit stop, but it might just work for him. We'll see. There still is a lot of time left. Eris getting desperate, gonna run all the way out. A reminder that the corner count limit is still 40. And we got 10 laps to go. Next time by will be 9, and Twin is gonna have to make up like 3 seconds basically in 10 laps, which I think is pretty possible, but it's going to be very tricky. Makes any mistake and that's going to go away. Has no drafting aid or any of the sort that we have seen in RA. It's just going to have to simply outdrive them. Of course, with fresher tires that have more friction, that also helps too a lot. Twin is now down 3 seconds. Climbed up a couple more tenths. He's now starting to be in the shot of every frame. Eris is going to get very loose. So her tire wear is starting to show itself off. Pitting at this point would be a disaster for either of these competitors, as she does a huge cut. That's going to be a... Okay. As we make our way down the hill. About a second, Eris scrubbing the wall. I don't know if that was a scrub or not, but it looked just about damn near it. Twin Triple V6 closing in on Gohan. Not quite in range, but just about. It all depends on how the Zetsu goes for him. And he might even be able to take on Eris. We make our way up through the front stretch. Side by side for the second place spot, but we do know the Twins got fresher tires. They're going to go in his favor. Gohan's going to try to fight him back through the corner, but he's going to go wide, loses the spot, and I think that's going to be it for him. Eris is now the next target for the 32. A lot of pressure on the Eris racing machine. You may be wondering if the pit stop was the call to make, because here is Twin from all the way back, closing in on the lead. Eris is going to run wide. She scrubs the wall. Taking the inside line, Twin about to make it side by side for the lead. Eris has been longing for her chance to win, but she's going to overcook it. Twin getting loose, but he does the ultimate way to do the corner. He will take the lead and probably at this point establish his domination. He's got much fresher tires than anyone else here. The only way things could change around is if there's a late race caution, which I don't believe we will have something like such. Air's trying desperately to fight back. She's just there on the rear bumper, but again, there's only so much you could do to a car with completely brand new tires compared to you. Of course, his tires are going to be starting to wear down, but mind you, Air's and Gohan's tires are 35 laps old. They are over 3/4 of the race old. So, even though there's a lot of caution laps, it looks like the tire change was the way to go for Twin. It definitely seems to be a factor on tracks that are either really tight or really high speed like this. So on the more technical tracks, it seems, tire wear is a huge factor. I'd love to see how that comes around with the with the Super Indy that's on this Sunday. So 6 laps to go. And Air's just going to try to cut to get anywhere. It's just not going to work. That Ferrari is just so much quicker. Although she is still holding up as best as she can. Mind you, Manos, you got 6 laps, so you get a penalty, but I don't think it's going to matter too much for you at this current rate of time. Harris is probably hoping for Twin to make a mistake. I know his tires are fresh in relative spec, but they are still 14 laps old, which is relatively worn. You can start to see where Twin is also starting to struggle, but Eris, of course, her tires are very old. So who knows, maybe there might be a point of equilibrium where it really will just be about who drives better towards the end of the race. She still maintains half a second from Twin. Twin is going to tap the wall so slightly. Eris with a bit of a drift. It actually seems to help her to go sideways. But that was a great exit on Twin's half. As someone says, oh, I think that was Aqua, probably over Twin. And they got a little bit loose there. Again, his tire wear is starting to show, but he still has fresher tires than everyone else. I have another lag spike, but we're good. It's gonna actually get a lot further ahead this time over Eris. So I think Eris is starting to either back off or I'm not very sure. But Twin, he is starting to fight his car too, but he still has tires that are just that much fresher. So Twin strategy call so far is working. We got 4 laps to go. We're in the last 1/8 of the race. It's going to take a mistake to change things around. Still is pretty close through the hairpin. She still is holding up. Any mistake made by Twin could easily ruin his race, and you could tell he's still fighting that car. I know that's what Eris is hoping for at this point. Of course, she's going to have to control her car too, but she's really good about controlling cars that are just that loose. Yeah, you can just see how much Twin's starting to get ahead of Eris. That's a big wide turn for Twin Triple V Sits. That does go in favor of Eris. He did get a really good exit though. Eris is going to go tight on the exit, so very bad exit for Eris with all things to consider. I think she got loose. So that allows Twin just to climb a little bit more. She almost had an opportunity, but she's going to maintain that 2.5 gap. Again, it still takes any mistake by Twin, and these will change around. Now, we're 3 laps to go, so again, it really is still anyone's game. I think it'll still be in favor of Twin. I don't think it's quite done yet, though. It's just, again, as I said, you just see how much he's fighting that wheel, especially through the more technical corners. We saw Guillermo clip the wall last race with the Rots mods last night. Right here, that could happen to any of these drivers. I know none of them want that to happen, but it's a very easy mistake to make. Now, Eris and Twin have both been very cautious about it. They've seen what it does. I think this entire race has just been seeing unexpected winners. So Eris is really starting to fight her car. We're down to 2 laps to go. This is the last opportunity for anything to go wrong. And it looks like everyone is good for the most of it. Eris still maintaining that 2.5 gap, 2 laps to go. Starting to close in a little bit. Again, Twin's tires now 18 laps old, which is quite old. I think there is a limit to how much the tires do wear down, so Eris's tires might not be really getting much worse. We are only about a lap ahead, so I don't think Eris is going to be able to beat Twin out of performance alone. Although, if he does make a mistake, that's all the difference that needs to be made. Eris is going to have a bad exit. As time by, we'll be seeing the white flag. How is everyone doing? I think everyone's doing good, so we'll probably not be seeing anything coming around. The white flag in the air for Twin. This is how the race will end. So there is not going to be any chances. No overtime. This will be how the race ends. Eris with a desperate push on Twin. Twin with a bad exit. Eris closing down the gap to just about a second. Going to be a desperate push. She's going to give it all she has here. So is Twin. Neither one of them holding back. Making our way now down through the carousel. It's a good looking one for Twin, good for Eris. I think Twin is going to hold her off as much as he can. There's not really much other trouble corners except for the one that comes up. This one can spin people out. He's going to take it very carefully, but that allows him to stay ahead for the time being. It's going to be close to the finish, although we do believe it will be in favor of Twin, making their way across the front stretch. Your GTI race winner is Twin Turbo V6. Eris going to cross the line with a very strong, solid second place. And if we could not do that, because I want to do a podium, please. Gohan lagging. Gohan. Oh no, Mickey Mouse. His car crossing the line though, so his car. That will count as a 3rd place. So, we will score him as 3rd. That will put up Manos against the self-driving car with a solid 4th place finish to put himself against everyone else that could not make it today. And he's going to go into the pit lane. Make sure you cross the line, otherwise you won't be scored. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, is he going to go in backwards? Gonna finish with style. Puts his car backwards, very much still struggling around. Weaving left and right, left and right, left and right. So we're gonna he's trying to edge us in here. Crossing the line with style. And Twin. Alright. If we could head to the podium, please, between Gohan's left. So we can head to the podium area, please, for our top 3. Not funny race at all, threw up in caution. Alright, let's head to the podium. Holy crap, Gohan was nearly out of fuel. Alright guys, if we could head to the podium, please. Okay, so there's Twin. I'm sorry, Twin, I just had to throw you under the bus like that. What happened to Eris's car? Oh my god. God damn it, Eris. Alright. Alright, I guess I'll take the podium picture. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, Twin, I know it's you. Wait, no, it's you. So Twin here. A great race. Got the podium photo. So how was the race from your POV? Again, a very risky strategy, but it comes up in clutch at the very end of it. Hey, Emilio. We late? Honestly, car was just fast. Tires demolished themselves after 10 laps. So, at least the car is an OP after that. Poetic. Yeah, it was a pretty good race up there to the finish. Pitting intentionally woke me up after 3,975 years of driving at the speed limit. made it kind of interesting. Honestly, would have won by 20 seconds if not. Yeah, that's about it. Alright, well, thank you there, Twin Triple V6, whatever you are, I think. Thank you for the race. Good race. We're going to talk to Eris now. Blackfire Ninja, okay. Eris Netta here, that was a good race between you and them. Very good performance. Unfortunately, seemed like the strategy was not working out for you in the end. So,
I mean, I didn't save my tires well enough through the caution because I pit right on the yellow. And I was kind of doing well, but I noticed that even during the caution, I was getting loose. And it was just fucking me up a lot. I feel like if I had conserved better, I could have survived a lot more after, and I could have held off for longer. But it's still really nice doing well. It's a shame that it's still with so little people. That I feel like I still could have gone for the win if I hadn't messed up the holding on to my pace part. Because like I had a nice line. I was getting constant 110s, but the problem is someone was getting constant 109s. So like those two things kind of don't balance well. Like one's clearly better than the other, and the difference was very evident. I don't really know much. It was cool. It was fun. The few battles at the start were entertaining. I still wish there were more people. Trying to think. I don't know. I hope I can make sense of the 650 like moving forward, because it still is a really hard car to figure out because it's like all over the place forever. It's pretty planted the first or second lap after a tire change. It's very planted and very drivable, but it's almost entirely downhill from there. Like, the only reason why I was able to actually stick close to Twin was because I was able to look at how he was driving and kind of follow along. But the moment where I was losing was when the tires came into play, and it just made me oversteer. Like, I had lots of close calls. Like, I feel like one time I would have like genuinely spun out entirely if I hadn't immediately like countersteered, because it was just like the tires were not on my side, and I'm pretty sure everyone else can say the same. I feel like finding a way to make the tires live longer on the 650, even though it sounds like an impossible task, could literally save me so many points that I'm losing by not finishing well. But I'm pretty sure it's impossible. It's an impossible task to make sense of this thing. And I guess I'll just have to live with it.
So, bit of a frustrating race. I mean, we could try to see what we can do in the future. I mean, it seemed like you were pretty up there, pretty balanced for the most of it, just some characteristics were off.
Yeah, I'm trying. Like, the thing is, the stability on the 650 just isn't there, because it used to be extremely understeery, but that got traded off for still being somewhat understeery, but even less grippy at more worn tires. It was kind of like a good trade-off, because like the car actually turns on the first few laps, which means that I don't immediately get shafted to the back. but it turns a bit too much on the later laps, which means that it's a lot harder to keep consistent with the others.
All right. So tomorrow you got a new scheme for your Formula Micro.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that. Yeah.
We can talk about that if you
Uh-huh.
want. Okay.
No, I'll talk about that when the time comes.
All right. We got a cool looking car coming up tomorrow. Hope to see it. Is there anything else you want
Yeah.
to say?
No, not really. Everyone who I got to see did well. The 10 laps of pacing was terrible. I hope we never do that again.
I don't. I think it was more than 10. I think it
I
was
mean,
like 10.
I'm pretty sure it was like around 10. At least that I spent like properly pacing it was like around 10-ish. I hope we never have to do that again, or else I'll like actually cry.
All right. Well, thank you there, Arisnetta. It's been a good chat. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow out there in Formula Micro, and hopefully Super Indy if that does come around. It's been a pretty good weekend so
Okay.
far. We're now going to talk to Manos. If you want to talk, you could also use the chat.
Hello.
Hi. How are you feeling? I heard you threw up.
Yeah, like, man, this race was a hell of
Fever dream?
how
Fever
do you say,
dream?
was very misery. It was very misery for me. And like, I don't want to experience what I experienced again today. Like, I was really focused at the start, like qualified P3, but Eris was just not there yet. I knew she will be very fast during the race. I just like had to. The only goal for me during this race was to cross the finish line, which I did backwards. Um, yeah,
That was epic.
like at the start, I was kind of really focused in at my limits. I was fighting the guys in front, keeping up a little bit with Aris, but then Mr. Monaco decided to give us a little bit of how to drive slow lesson. And yeah, we stayed like on the course for super long, and I started losing focus, and the sickness just hit even harder for me. I had like a bucket next to my computer just
Uh-huh.
in case, and the case happened eventually during like lap 17, lap 18. Just at the moment Aqua disconnected, I managed to come back to the race. Like I said, like people are gonna keep like DNFing. That's like 3 points for me, so why not? Finish fourth anyways. Better something than nothing. And yeah, GG to the guys, and maybe I can do something in the micros and the indies.
Looks like they might be a pretty good race. I think you might have a lot more opportunities there. Probably more in your line anyways, so yeah. Is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I just have a final message to the guys who causes the yellow flags.
Oh god.
Next time I will find you, I will find your family and give them a lesson in life and how to treat their drivers. No offense, but I'm really mad. You literally made me throw up.
Okay. Well, they can hear out Manos. We're going to talk to the drivers that did, in fact, DNF. We'll start with Mr. Monaco. I know, again, a very rough way to finish the day. Last time you were out, I believe 2 races ago, you had a victory at Moss Ring. I think you had the same issues last weekend, so the internet issues seem to strike again. We will be doing a Stock I4 race in a couple of weekends, if I could recall correctly. I think in like 2 or 3 weeks. So that's closing in. So that's one good thing. However, today was not quite that way for you. You still got 2 more opportunities for things to turn around, of course, tomorrow. But what happened today?
Well, at first, I was pouring in everything, achieving best lap times possible that I could, then improving in the race, of course, cutting through the field to the top 3, and knowing the issues with the Ferrari in the tire wear. I did see myself having a win very possible, but then it's just not even angry after it, but it's just disappointing because that last freeze, you just understand that you see the win slipping away, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that was just simply disappointing. But hey, a car I put my time and skill into is still on the podium, so that's pretty cool.
That is true. The purple Retzi, the lean Retzi, I think it's been nicknamed. Um, it's a very nice car, but there is still a lot of opportunities, and I know that you have what it takes to win. It's just your poor internet just keeps on dying. It hurts to see. It really does. I don't want to have to park you, but it's just with the amount of time that we were under caution. We were under caution so long, someone threw up. Apparently, that's a story. So, thank you there still for showing up and staying around. Of course, always glad to talk with you. Really hurts to see. It hurts me as much as it hurts you. Probably hurts you more, but still, it's very frustrating to have to see a field cut down like that. But yeah. So thank you there, Mr. Monaco. Is there any closing words?
No, that will be it.
All right. Better luck next time, as we say. Hopefully things turn around with the micros and the super indies. We're gonna now talk to Aqua. So, race was a little bit frustrating throughout the day. Even before you parked. What was going on today? It seems like you were a little bit out of rhythm. Of course, last time you raced, you almost had an opportunity to win the GTI category at GoBoard. So, what happened today? Yeah, do voice or chat. It's your choice. It's MVC discussion. How to go AFK a lot. Unfortunately, always getting interrupted when I want to do a race. Lost a lot of time at the beginning because I hit the wall and then spun. Rookie error. I get, that is true. You've been doing really well despite what's been happening. You have been doing really well for some that's new. You did technically have a couple races last year, but you don't have a whole lot of SLC experience, and for you to push as hard as you have, I gotta give you credit for it. So, a couple of unfortunate instances today, but you still held on together. There's also Gohan, so we will talk to Gohan once this one's done. And Aqua thanks me. It's gonna continue on. Let's see. I believe Ares is flying a plane. Also, sorry, race winner, for lifting your car, but I wanted to fly. Okay, I'm doing that now. And Aqua is in fact flying Twins' car. Alright. Well, thank you there. Aqua, is there anything else you want to follow up with, or are you gonna oh my
Hello?
god. Okay, Hachi.
Hello?
1 second here. You were just serving me. You weren't serving me, but, you didn't have the permissions this week. Alright. He's continue. So, Aqua can continue. Let's see. I wish the best for everyone in the future, especially at Minos. Hopefully next time you don't throw up.
Thank you, buddy.
No problem. We have now Tima making a cat dancing emote. So thank you there, Aqua. Let's see if he's I think he's saying some more stuff.
Aqua, make
Hopefully
sure
so.
next time you attend, you stay until the final lap and you do some caution or something. At the same time, I pit just before, alright? So we can, get the win.
If you
Teamwork.
do have to go AFK like that, try your best to go AFK in the pit lane. We do usually sometimes penalize people for that. I probably would not have penalized you, looking back, but for future reference, just try to pull into the pits. Also, we could go green sooner if you do that. You probably don't want to do that, but yeah. L plan. I try to pit, unfortunately, it's usually urgent stuff. Yeah, I get it. I probably would not penalize you. I get it. I've been there. Alright. So, we're gonna talk to third place finisher guy on the podium today, Gohan. Do you have a copy? I will read if you say anything else, by the way, Aqua. But all right. So, a pretty good race. It definitely had a lot of domination at the start, but falling a little bit short after the caution. So, what happened today that was a bit different than the mid-car race, especially?
It's exactly what you told me earlier. The Porsche when it had wasn't going to perform as it was. It was performing pretty strong at the start, but near the end, the tire started going out. I just couldn't. I really should have. That long ass caution really messed up my strat because I was planning to just pit at lap 15 and then just full blast from there. But we had a caution until like lap 20, so I like completely fucked up the strat. And then the timing was just right for Twin to get in the pits last second. So then that caution completely fucked up my game. So I mean, I had a chance. I mean, I was doing really nice in the start, but it's that caution. That caution just made me lose. That was the game loser for me. It's unfortunate, nothing you can do about it. But I'll just come back next time, I guess. And yeah, really, yeah.
All right. So a bit of a frustrating way for things to go out, but still a top 3. So a good thing to have. Of course, not a
Top
lot
3
of
in the
people.
Porsche.
Yeah.
Because the Twin, dude, that fucking 488 has an insane top speed. Dude, I was behind Twin. I'm like, how the fuck is he going so fast? This shit did not make any sense to me. But and then Airs, I'm pretty sure Airs had a faster car too. But just yeah, no, just has to choose a better car next time too, I guess. Porsche was definitely better on the tighter tracks.
Yeah, I mean, next track we go to will be one of the more low-speed tracks, I believe.
What's the next track?
Gioa. It is a fast track. There's a lot of straight, but it's short.
It shouldn't be like on the same amount of the one that we just went on because that one damn near had a drag strip shit.
I mean, actually, technically speaking, it is the straightaway is a drag strip, but it's a half-mile straight.
Type shit.
Yeah, so shouldn't be that bad. Is there,
Better luck next time.
all right. Is there any closing thoughts?
I just gotta get lucky next time, I guess. Just not a long ass caution again. I'm really hoping it doesn't happen again. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it should have been. You should have gave him to like lap 18. I was thinking it should have been like lap 16. That was just me though. But that's about it, really.
All right. Well, thank you for turning around. Hopefully, we'll see you the next time you go out. Again, as I said, even though the schedule does say Gil is going to be next week, we're probably going to be doing Windridge. Depends on the weather and some other things. So, not official 100%, but we'll announce that one on Monday, most likely. So, yeah, we'll see. It's either going to be 1 week or 2 weeks from now. Thank you guys for showing up again. We got races tomorrow. 12 p.m. for the Formula Micros. That's going to be a 15-lap feature. They're faster than the mid car, so that's why the race is 3 laps longer. The Super Indies are going to be racing at 2 p.m. with the 50-lap feature, so it will actually probably take less time than this race did if we don't have a million lap long caution. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure that was a 12 lap long caution, which holy fucking shit. This might be the longest SLC race ever live streamed. So
How long was it?
Let me check. Green flag dropping at. Or sorry.
Brother,
pacing-
you're forgetting that one Rocksmod race where you made an actual ass of the race time, and we ran for an extra hour.
Okay,
I'm
so
pretty sure it was at Augusta.
26 minutes ago. It's an hour. It took about an hour and a half to get this race done. This race was on that scale. Yeah. I pray to God we never see a GTI race this long ever again in my life. Unless it's like a special event. Yeah, thank you guys for showing up. Again, tomorrow still has the Formula Micros and the Super Indy, so tomorrow's the open wheelers. We're done with the sports cars. We got the stock cars done already on Friday. So on to the next week. Or on to the next races. Thank you guys for watching. I would play the intro normally, but I need a fucking rest.